pilot phase of the National Towing Project is underway in Accra and expected to be rolled out in full in May. It's aimed at removing broken-down vehicles that can cause accidents from the country's roads. The pilot program was rolled out at the weekend by the National Road Safety Commission. Now, the Road Safety Management Services Limited, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, and the Ghana Police Service.
Figures from the police indicate that some 2,890 road crashes have been recorded from January to March this year, while 2,830 road accidents were recorded in the same period in 2016. In both cases, over 426 deaths and 2,523 injuries have been recorded, putting the rate of road accidents on the country's road at alarming proportions. The National Towing Project was first unveiled in 2013. However, it fell on the rocks. With the deployment of the tow trucks, project partners hope to clamp down and manage broken-down vehicles on Ghana's roads before a full-scale deployment is done on May 1, 2017. More than 100 trucks were deployed at the weekend to various locations in Ghana. Operations Manager for Road Safety Management Services Limited, Kwejo Osei, said the deployment of the tow trucks will be complemented by other facilities to ensure effective monitoring of the country's road.
When the final project rolls out in May, we are also going to launch ambulances equipped with paramedics and some basic first aid equipment to attend to injured people on the highways. There will also be motorbikes that will be patrolling our highways to ensure that our routes are safe. And coupled with that, we are working with the police, we are working with the DVLA and other state institutions to ensure that this project becomes a big success. And in doing so, we will reduce the incidence of accidents on our highways and also make our roads safe.
How many trucks are you deploying?
Well, let's get more on this. We're in the studio with me are two gentlemen, DSP Kweku Obeng and Roland Walker, who is Marketing Communications Manager. Well, you're welcome, both of you.
Well, thank you.
But let's look at this strategy and the extent to which you believe it's sustainable and that it will work, reduce road carnage. Roland.
Well, the National Road Safety Commission, after a number of its own assessment and research, has come out with a survey that's indicating that for all deaths that are recorded annually as a result of accidents, some 22% of those deaths are caused by cars that usually get abandoned. Sometimes they get disabled, or sometimes when there are accidents, they are left on the roads. And when people collide with those ones, those accidents result in people dying. And they
so
think...
is this strategy really sustainable, and to what extent?
It is only sustainable when we know that there's a feasibility plan which is available to also make sure that there are highways that have been identified to ensure, based on what the law is saying, that is, the road traffic regulation, the 2180 LI, gives an indication as to when a towing service would be available when a car gets disabled or gets spoiled on the road, and is picked within time.
Okay, let me bring you on this, DSP. I mean, you've been fighting this road carnage for a very long time now. The last time I spoke with you, you were not very optimistic about how Ghana will be able to hit the target that we have in reducing road carnage. What do you make of this new strategy?
Well, thank you very much. I think we have been talking and been asking for support in terms of system approach to traffic enforcement. And this coming up is a complete paradigm shift, and is what we've been talking about. That why should, at this age, people who make investment on the road and the investment get dissipated just because there was an obstruction and it was caused by a human being, and the human being could not have the capacity to remove it, and therefore leading to crashes and all that. So we are happy because it is a vehicle owner-driven project that will ensure that the vehicle owner has positioned him or herself and has ensured his or her vehicle against broken down, so that at all times he's ready and able to remove it and all that. And so for us, with this project, is going to support vehicle owners, and then in the end, they will also put their hopes on the state to ensure that these equipment, otherwise called vehicles, when are found broken down or disabled, are quickly removed in order to secure such properties of Ghanaians, because we seem to be losing such properties, and at the same time, it's leading to a lot of deaths and injuries. So for us, it is itself a good news. It is good news also because it is sustainable, because the vehicle owner that bought the vehicle is ensuring against its removal and has assured the state through Road Safety Management Services Limited and National Road Safety Commission, and in particular DVLA, among others. So for us, it's a very good news. And these are some of the things that we want. That we want private participation in road safety management to lessen the burden on the traditional police, which is motor traffic and transport.
Okay, let me find out from you, Roland, how this is going to pan out during Easter. I mean, how is it going? This is a pilot phase, we know.
Yeah, this is a pilot phase. And throughout the period of the Easter till when the program rolls out, there are designated points which have been identified in collaboration or in agreement with the National Road Safety Commission, the DVLA, and the police and the allied agencies, including the ministry, of course. And these tow trucks, as well as motorbikes and ambulances, have been located in those areas. The motorbikes will do patrols as well as collaborate with communities. Okay. And if they see any car or perhaps any obstruction of the road, they call a toll-free number through a call center, and then that kind of assistance.
Does it come at a cost to the owners of the vehicle?
Not as at now, but ultimately the essential part of it is to make sure that when you go do your roadworthy renewal at the DVLA, of course, there's a component that definitely...
That goes to the Road Safety Commission?
Yes, it goes to the Road Safety Commission, it goes to the various partners to make sure that this becomes a sustainable means of making sure that we complement the holistic nature of reducing deaths caused by some of these abandoned cars. Okay,
sounds like a very good idea to me. DSP, what from your department is going to happen during Easter? Have you got any plans for the Easter holidays?
I think we have, because this project has come at the right time. You know, tomorrow we are launching our activities across the country at POM in the Eastern region. At the same time, over the weekend, some of these equipment were deployed to very strategic policing location that coincide with
where are these places?
Crash phones, and we think on the N1, for example, we have deployed some on the Malam, Kasua Road, and some are positioned at Odoko police station to ensure that they move quickly. At Kasua too, we have some there. Bunsu, for example, on the Accra Kumasi corridor, we have Konongo, we have, because these are crash prone areas where we will need such assistance to extricate and remove some of these vehicles and all that. And on the Kwame Nkrumah motorway between Tetekwashi and Tema, we have some also deployed there, and even around Tetekwashi and all that. So you observe that on most of these crash-prone areas where the peak, the Easter festivity will peak, we have gotten this support from our partners, including Road Safety Management Services. And anytime we have these support, you will realize that crashes begin to go down. And we are happy that at least 20% of the incidents that would have resulted as a result of broken down vehicle is being managed. And we hope that by May, there will be full deployment nationwide on all our road corridors. And we hope that will help lessen the burden on policing.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming through. DSP Obeng is Director of Research and Education at the Motor Transport and Traffic Department. Thank you for coming. Roland Walker, who is my colleague here at JoyNews, he hosts he hosts the AM show along with Mama V. Swabwaji, but he is also doing Galamsey. He's a marketing.
Well, it's part of the whole communication process to make sure that as a country we improve.
So
I'm the marketing.
But there's other
marketing communications.
But there's other thing I should have added. In the meantime, if there is any vehicle that is disabled, 191 or 18555 free, toll free, when you call, police will receive it.
What's the number again?
191.
191
and 18555.
18555.
It's toll free. You call, and these services will be available wherever you are in real time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming through as well, Roland. Well, hopefully we will have a reduction in the rate of road carnage that we record here in this country. Right now, though, Gary Al Smith is standing by with sports on the pulse. Please stay.